Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Walker Venrick with Sharp Sports Network, bringing you my top three plays for this January 27th six-game NBA slate. This is going to be an awesome little slate. We have quite a bit of information that we're waiting on when it comes to the Houston Rockets. Russell Westbrook is out for this contest, and James Harden is now questionable and upgrade from being doubtful all morning. So, and also we have Clint Capella who's doubtful. So basically, the entire all three of the Rockets' main stars, obviously the two superstars, and then Clint Capella as well are all kind of up in the air. Russell Westbrook is the only guaranteed ruled out player so far. So those are definitely going to have a large impact on this slate tonight. But we're going to jump right into this one with my top three plays. It's 2:05 p.m. right now. We have quite a bit of news in regards to other players on other teams. For example, one of the first ones that I'm going to talk about is LaMarcus Aldridge being ruled out. And the impact that has on my take and my lineups today. So let's jump right into it. If you have not already, though, please do leave a like on this video. We greatly appreciate your support as always. And if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns for us, please leave them in the comment section below. We're happy to give y'all advice when we can. Now, starting off this video here on DraftKings, the first player I want to talk to you guys about, you have heard his name way more than you probably like as of recent here on our channel, but I've been talking about him a ton lately. DeMar DeRozan has a 27% usage rate on the year. And like I said, I've been talking about him. This is probably the fourth time I would think within the last 8 days that I've talked about DeMar DeRozan. And it's rightfully so, but this was a true audible for today's cover boy. This came in last second. It was 12:45 roughly when the LaMarcus Aldridge news came out, and I went full shift on the video plans for today, and we are going to be locking in DeMar DeRozan as my top play. I absolutely love him. With LaMarcus Aldridge off the court, he gets a 5% bump in usage rate, taking him to 32%, and then with LaMarcus off the court, he also averages 1.22 fantasy points per minute. Assuming he continues to see these mid-30s in minutes like he has been as of late, he should have no issue hitting 5x value here, especially in a game against Chicago. This is a relatively fast game. San Antonio currently the 13th fastest team in the league, and Chicago 14th. It's a pretty decent spot. It's not necessarily a really weak matchup by any means. Chicago's actually pretty tough on the perimeter, but I think that things are going to open up a ton for DeMar DeRozan today, and I like what the LaMarcus Aldridge being ruled out injury, I guess, news just brings to this team as a whole, especially when we're talking about a guy like DeMar DeRozan. Now, jumping over, I do want to mention, actually, with all this Houston value that I mentioned briefly at the start of the video, I think that it's going to influence people to go more stars and scrubs today with some of these cheaper Houston guys, and then putting in guys like Luka. So I think guys in this 8K range might go a little overlooked today, and I do want to mention that too. A little tidbit there. I think DeMar DeRozan is going to be under-owned from where he should be today. But jumping over to FanDuel, the second play I have for you guys is E.G. Eric Gordon with his 24% usage rate on the year. He's been playing significant minutes, between 30 and 35 minutes as of late for the most part. And as we all know, Harden and Westbrook are off the court. That should bode well for Eric Gordon, right? I don't know if you guys have ran any stats today, this morning, or anything like that, but Eric Gordon's usage rate goes from 24% to 40%. That is James Harden's usage rate. He is going to be shooting the ball a ton tonight, assuming that Harden misses. I know he was upgraded to questionable, so it's a little worrisome if he's going to play or not. But regardless, Eric Gordon is contingent on Harden being out, and if he is, Eric Gordon is an absolute lock for me over here on FanDuel in all formats at 4.4K. But I do want to mention, I know a lot of you guys play on DraftKings primarily, so Eric Gordon over here is priced up pretty appropriately to 6.9K. It's a little tougher for him to crush that price tag of 6.9K, but it's definitely not out of reach. So I definitely am not going to be, just ruling out Eric Gordon on DraftKings entirely. I just prefer him on DraftKings more so in GPP tournaments rather than on FanDuel, where I prefer him in all formats. This is an absolutely it's a smash spot for a guy like Eric Gordon. With these two guys off the court, I don't care what the matchup is. I don't care about the pace. I don't care about who they're playing. When you take those two guys off the court, Eric Gordon is going to be shooting the ball a ton, and that is what he's going to do tonight, assuming that James Harden is ruled out. And then coming back over to DraftKings, for my last play, it's going to be a big man down low inside Rudy Gobert at 9K. Rudy Gobert has just been kind of rudely priced for these past 3 or 4 games in this low to mid 8K range. He's finally back up to 9K. and it does not scare me off of him one bit. He has a 17% usage rate on the year, but he averages 1.19 fantasy points per minute. He's so active as a rebounder, it has a massive impact on his fantasy value. You can literally just look at his game log and see every single game. 13 rebounds was his least in his last 10 games. It's absolutely insane what he's able to do there. And he should actually have a pretty easy time down low tonight against Capella if he plays, and if he doesn't, we have Isaiah Hartenstein and even Tyson Chandler. He should have kind of his way with whoever he sees down low tonight, and it's a super fast-paced game for the Utah Jazz, super big pace-up game for anyone playing the Rockets, who are the second fastest team in the league right now. So I like Rudy Gobert a ton in this spot. It just makes too much sense for me. And before I do leave you guys, though, I want to mention over on Monkey Knife Fight, if you have not already, definitely come over here and sign up. And then they will actually match your first deposit for 100% up to $50. So if you deposit $20, they will match it, and you will have an extra $20 in your account. All you have to do is use code SSN. I'll put the link and the code in the description below. But regardless, this is my favorite play of the day over here. As of right now, we do have, like I said, a lot of injuries and things that we're waiting on. But as of right now, I absolutely love Luka Doncic's over on 52.5 fantasy points. That's not even 5x of his price tag on DK, and it's out. He's also playing the Thunder, who just allowed Trae Young recently to do pretty much whatever he wanted to them. So I like Luka quite a bit to go over that 52.5. And then I also like Chris Paul to go over 36.5 fantasy. I think this is going to be a pretty important game for him to facilitate his team, and it's going to be a lot of dimes, I think, for Chris Paul. I think he should have quite a few assists tonight, so it should help him surpass that 36.5 fantasy point mark. But that is my favorite play that I am giving to you guys today. I hope you did enjoy this video. I will be live streaming on Twitch around 4:30, 5 o'clock today. Make sure you come out to that. The link is in the description below. And I appreciate you guys coming out of here and taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. And we'll see you in the stream later. And if not, then I'll see you tomorrow. But good luck on this slate tonight.